All right, what is up, everybody? We are back with a bit of a different video today. Much different video. Gonna be doing some comparisons between two different games. Gonna have a face cam and the controller thing down in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, I realize that some of the buttons on that controller dealie are not correct. Like, I'm not leaning forward right now, but it shows we are. We'll fix that in the future. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be doing some comparison on a couple different tracks, or just two different games, basically. Um, and yeah, that's basically that. We're going to be comparing this versus MX bikes. I know y'all are probably like, "What? You haven't played MX bikes?" Well, believe it or not, I have. I have indeed played MX bikes. Bought it the other day, and let me tell you right here, right now, there's absolutely zero comparison between this and MX Sim, or MX Bikes, or MX Sims probably for that matter. I've never played MX Sim. Did play MX Bikes. Will be uploading some content on that. Not today. Well, yeah, actually today, but we'll be uploading just like just content of that here soon. So MX Bikes has a track that is very, very similar to this in like this track in the sense of it's a pretty just beginner friendly, super easy track to learn, super easy track to ride. Oh, but let me tell you right here and right now, there is absolutely no comparison between these two games. Even like the physics are different. Like everything's different. Everything's different from like you can like you can adjust your suspension and stuff on this game, and it doesn't make that much of a difference. You can adjust some things in this game, and it doesn't make that much of a difference. Like, yeah, it does make some difference overall, but like, you can adjust your sprocket settings, your suspension, your frickin'. You can, like, put more or less gas in your bike on that game. It's just, the games are different, and if you, like, I understand the appeal to a sim. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sitting there itching to get over to the sim right now, MX Bikes right now. But at the same time, your average Joe is not about to just hop on MX Bikes and, like, rail it and be good at it. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Where I mean, literally, you can hop on this MX bike, or you can hop on this Supercross, the game. You can hop on like a ton of these different like arcade style games, these arcade style moto games, and just win a championship. You can go out there and start. Oh shit! Like in MX bikes, that would have been a crash for sure, hands down. Would have been a crash. The way like don't get me wrong, the game balances for you, but like yeah, your inputs versus off the track, your inputs versus like what happens on the bike. Like if you barely lean too far, you're on the ground. If you give it too much gas, like if you go into a corner just wide open like you do in some of these without any setup, without like actually thinking about what's going to happen through that corner, you're fucked. Like I literally hopped on MX bikes, and for the first 30 minutes I couldn't ride more than 5 feet in a straight line. Like actually. And that was with some of the freaking aids and whatnot of help, the help aids. It's pretty hard. Where, as you can see, literally this game, you hop on, run it wide open just about everywhere. Of course, you're going to want to not do that. That was a little dumb. Of course, you're going to want to, like, put some thought into it, but, like, you can overjump things in this game. You can, like, case things, overjump things, and you can kind of get lucky and still be able to like do the next line or not just absolutely get put on your ass. But in like in MX bikes, you make a little mistake, it shows, it counts. You're not going to be able to get the next section straight. You're not going to like yeah, it's just crazy how much different that game is in this one. But also the similarities, some of the like the in-air free physics of like, don't get me wrong, if you don't on the and in this game too, like if you don't flick your bike correctly off of the face of a jump, then like you're not going to throw a nice whip, where like that's how it is in real life. That's how it is. If you don't whip a bike in the air, you whip a bike off the face of a jump. Everything else in the air is just icing on the cake, bread and butter. That's how you can control how gnarly it is in the air, but you control how big it is off of the face of the jump, and that's just how it is. And it's like that in this game. It's like that in real life. It's like that in MX bikes. But it's just still different all around. Like, it's still just a completely, different game. That was just a terrible line through there. Oh yeah, also, the reason we're running the 1995 250 today is because I said this in one of my videos that, like, you know, I always try to, like, give the creators and whatnot their roses and whatnot by mentioning them in the video and whatnot, like, hey, this person made this map, or this person made this bike. I mentioned that I doubt anybody's ever any of these creators are ever actually going to see this, and then sure enough, like, I have a video where I'm just kind of like in the very beginning checking out my bikes and whatnot, and you can see this bike clear, and then dude down in the comments like, bro, that's my 1995 CR250 that I made years ago. I'm so glad somebody's still running it. Bro, it's a sick skin. So, yeah, I'm surprised. I would hope more people are running it, because this thing's sick. It's such a good looking skin. Purple C matches the purple 7 gear. The white shrouds, like, this is a sick skin, bro. Ow, I just cross-rutted and sent myself to the gulag. Now, of course, the mods and stuff in MX bikes, like, it's a new game, so people are still people are modding that still to this day, where, like, Reflex, most of the mods and stuff are all released, like, everything's already out. You're not gonna really get anything new unless somehow I convince the entire Reflex community to get back to it. Wink, wink. That would be sick, honestly, just seeing a bunch of, like, because, dude, like, I know, like, I don't know about modding and whatnot, but I know you could mod, like, some sick stuff into this game. I know it, like, would be a pain in the ass and whatnot. Again, I don't know how to mod or anything, but I guarantee you could mod some sick shit into this game. But yeah, we're gonna switch over to MX bikes. We're gonna be riding the Forest over there. Like I said, they're two really easy beginner comparative tracks, and I'm just gonna compare the two games and show y'all how much different a sim is versus an arcade style game. Like I said, I just hopped on this shit and walked away with it. 5 seconds a lap faster than the next guy. So yeah, we will see you over in MX bikes. Yeah, and just remember, it's a completely different game over there, so we'll see you then. Alright, what is up, everybody? We are here on some MX bikes, and like I said, this game, it's a bit of a different game. Much bit of a different game. By much bit of a different game, I mean I've already tried to put in some decent laps and just, like, get something smooth. Not gonna happen. So yeah, we're gonna just talk about this game versus Reflex, and the fact that this game is way harder than Reflex. Like, if you can ride 5 feet on this game and not crash, if you can ride 5 feet on this game and not crash, you're doing way better than my first time, actually. My lord, I'm being dead serious. My first time playing. Woo! Get a little bit of a whip there. Shouldn't have thrown a whip. But yeah, my first time playing this game, no lie, I literally couldn't ride more than 5 feet. spent the entire last race casing the hell out of that jump, and now we overjumped the piss out of it. So, yes, there's that. Dude, this game is so much harder than MX versus Reflex. MX versus ATV Reflex, like, no lie, this game is so freaking hard compared to it. Like, Troy Jans, all of those people who are, like, pros and, like, actually good at this game, I commend you so much. Like, this game is so hard. Oh, shit. Like, we are going to try and put one lap in where we are off the ground the entire lap. But I don't know if that's possible. I really don't know if that's possible. Because just, I mean, in MX versus ATV Reflexes, when you make a mistake, you can make a mistake and still get away with it. Where in this game, you make a mistake, you're fucked like that. Seriously, you're fucked like that. So yeah. It's just like, and also like things I've learned. Don't play this game in first person view. Like whatever you do, or not first, whatever you do, don't play this game in third person. Because if you think you're going to get on it and then third person it, like MX versus ATV Reflex or Supercross the game or anything like that, you are so sadly mistaken. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to do that. I like brake checked and everything before that jump. But yeah, there's no comparing a MX Sim, aka MX Bikes, MX Sim, the Race Day R. I think there's a new sim coming out called the Race Day R. Oh god, I didn't need to do that. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm just like, the slightest of like, just the slightest adjustments and stuff in this game make a humongous difference. I mean, you think about it in real life, the slightest adjustments in real life also make a massive difference. They make a massive difference when you're out there on the track, just like these slightest of moves. Why am I going so slow through there? Because I have to, because I suck. But we're actually, yo, on a heater right here, so, like, I'm actually impressed with myself. Let's maybe not screw it up. I said let's maybe not screw it up, and then what do? We do a 720, a 360. That'll work, I guess. We're still ahead of our old time. I mean, look, we're going to... Ooh, cased it. Ah, tuck the front end. So yeah, that's what I'm just... This game... this game is just... Like, you can push your bike. You can literally push your bike. As you could just see right there, I literally just pushed my bike. We were on a heater there, so, like, that's what I'm saying. It's just, like, you have to be consistent in this game, and it's super hard to be consistent. When... It's not super hard to be consistent, it's just, like, it's not Reflex, it's not Supercross, it's not Alive, it's not any of those, like, super easy arcadey games, which, like, dude, it's arcade games are what, I mean, bro, like, Sims didn't exist back whenever we first started playing video games and whatnot. Like, this stuff didn't exist back then. That was a smooth little line through there. We actually got through there without crashing. Again, we're on another heater. Let's see if we can actually just, like... It's, and like... Oh no, we can't. Come on now. I would love to, like, actually beat that lap time. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy that, like, I've had 2 or 3 more days on this game than I have since I first put that lap time in. And, just the straight up fact that I was like consistent, because like that's the thing, I'm trying to get a little bit faster on this, but the fact that I was straight up consistent and like that's why this lap time right there is faster than this one, and why I'm having troubles beating it. Because dude, this game is just super hard to be consistent on. Like, again, you can make a mistake in Reflex and get away with it, where on this game you make a mistake and you end up on the ground. I tried to throw a whip there. Hell yeah. There we go. We got a better lap time that time. And yeah, dude, this game is going to... Woo! This game... How do I sit down again? That one. This game's definitely going to be a massive learning curve. Like, ooh, why did I just randomly Larry loop it? Don't know. Yeah, this game's gonna be a massive learning curve. Everyone says that about this game, that there's a humongous learning curve, but like then you actually play it and you're like, holy fucking, this is insane, the learning curve that's going on right now. Like, I'm being just like the most serious as I can be. Whenever I first got on this game, I couldn't ride more than 5 feet. I know I'm going backwards. I'm doing it on purpose. Oh, you can't go through that fence. That's a thing. And you can crash right there. I'm gonna see if we can't get some kind of whip here. Bro, that's... So... Yeah. That's why you don't run third person. Because it's, like, impossible to actually, like, see what's going on in third person. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna see if I can't get a decent whip here. Nope, can't get a decent whip. Something about markers in this game too, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Seriously, thanks for all the support and whatnot that y'all have been showing on the Reflex videos. Ooh, just mad skills MX that to our fucking grave, and yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for coming by. Bro.